Let's take a look at the top 10. So some pretty good times for the running backs. A 4.75 for Derek Caron from Glasgow. Right in the middle is Colton Smith from Marysville-Pilchuck at 4.7. Brock Ham at 4.56. And how about hometown boy from Sumner, Jory Johnson, the fastest times for the running backs at 4.5 flat. Ronald Flowers from Kentwood, a nice time. He's got some big shoes to step into, though. Mr. Bronson's going to be a dog. We'll see if Flowers can take over for him. A couple other guys to make note of that didn't show up here in the 40. I was a little surprised. Alex Ferguson from Kent Ridge was a little slowed by an injury, but those are some pretty solid times. No real blazing fast speeds in the running back category, right?
Right. Yeah. But like I said, you know, there's room for improvement and room to grow. And you know, I was a running back who didn't necessarily have a blazing 40 time, even when I did peak out, you know, in my speed. So speed is certainly a component. And again, depending on what kind of offense you run, if you like a guy who can run between the tackles and, you know, put his shoulder into some guys, they don't necessarily have to have the 4.3 blazing speed. A 4.4 is enough. Okay.
Well, let's take a look at the quickness, the change of direction, if you will. The eye test, the top 10 for the running backs is up now. Flynn coming in at number 10. Ronald Flowers from Kentwood, also in the top 10 in a couple of these categories. Bennett Bontemps from Rogers High School, 4.35, and the number 1 eye test of the day in the running back category from Touchy, Taylor Gregg with a 4.31 blazing time. All right, so some nice times from the running backs consistently. A 4.31 is the fastest, going down to a 4.5, so some very quick RBs, and that's important. That is maybe the one area we can kind of measure that change of direction and instincts.
Yeah, you got to make guys miss, and the ability to make a cut and get upfield. You know, I like to call it one cut and go. You know, you see guys shaking and shimmering. That's not going to get it done in college.
Are you going to reference a former Husky?
No,
I'm not going to throw him under the bus. Thank you very much.
I was just saying you got to make that one cut and go and get up the field, and this shows your ability to do that. And Taylor Gregg, who had the best eye test time, also didn't do bad in the 40, so he's probably a kid that's showing the ability to run the football and make some good things happen in the offense.
All right, well, let's take a look at the broad jump and see if any of these guys jumped into the top 10. Here's our running back broad jump results. Brett Kirshner from Interlake, 8'7". Ronnie Flowers, 8'8". Several players right in that 8'8", 8'9" range, including Taylor Gregg from Touchy. And the number 1 broad jump of the day turned in by Jordan Flynn of Stellacum, 9'1" for the running backs. Another one of those Royal Knights that got it done. So some good jumps there, but again, nothing that just grabs you and says, well, you know, watch out for these guys.
These are some decent jumps, and I think that the players are showing that they're in the weight room and they're working on it, but usually high school programs focus more on the squat, bench press, some of those things. Getting into the power cleans and the snatches are things that are going to build that explosiveness, and they may not have quite had an opportunity to do that just yet. So those times might, you know, increase quite a bit. I know by the time I left the University of Washington, I was broad jumping well over 10 feet.
Wow.
And I doubt if I was in high school.
Yeah.